Hello everybody, welcome in our YouTube channel Celebrity. Today we are back with another amazing video, so if you like our channel please share and subscribe for more videos. Ray Charles Robinson Sr. Note 1, September 23, 1930, June 10, 2004, was an American singer, songwriter, pianist, and composer. He is regarded as one of the most iconic and influential singers ever, and he was often referred to by contemporaries as the genius. Among friends and fellow musicians he preferred being called Brother Ray. 3-4. Charles was blinded during childhood, possibly due to glaucoma. 2. Charles pioneered the soul music genre during the 1950s by combining blues, jazz, rhythm and blues, and gospel styles into the music he recorded for Atlantic Records. 256. He contributed to the integration of country music, rhythm and blues, and pop music during the 1960s with his crossover success on ABC Records, notably with his two Modern Sounds albums. 7, 8, 9. While he was with ABC, Charles became one of the first black musicians to be granted artistic control by a mainstream record company. Early life and education. Ray Charles Robinson was born on September 23, 1930, in Albany, Georgia. Note 1. He was the son of Bailey Robinson, a laborer, and Aretha, or Retha, Robinson, née Williams, a laundress, of Greenville, Florida. During Aretha's childhood, her mother died. Her father could not keep her. Bailey, a man her father worked with, took her in. The Robinson family, Bailey, his wife Mary Jane, and his mother, informally adopted her, and Aretha took the surname Robinson. A few years later 15-year-old Aretha became pregnant by Bailey. During the ensuing scandal, she left Greenville late in the summer of 1930 to be with family back in Albany. After the birth of the child, Ray Charles, she and the infant Charles returned to Greenville. Aretha and Bailey's wife, who had lost a son, then shared in Charles's upbringing. The father abandoned the family, left Greenville, and married another woman elsewhere. By his first birthday, Charles had a brother, George. Later, no one could remember who George's father was. Career 1945 to 1952, Florida, Los Angeles, and Seattle. After leaving school, Charles moved to Jacksonville to live with Charles Wayne Powell, who had been friends with his late mother. He played the piano for bands at the Ritz Theater in La Villa for over a year, earning $4 a night, $41 in 2021 value 21. He joined Local 632 of the Musicians Union, in the hope that it would help him get work, 22, and was able to use the Union Hall's piano to practice. Since he did not have one at home, he learned piano licks from copying the other players there. 23, he started to build a reputation as a talented musician in Jacksonville, but the jobs did not come fast enough for him to construct a strong identity. So, at age 16, he moved to Orlando, where he lived in borderline poverty and went without food for days. 24, it was difficult for musicians to find work, since World War II had ended. There were no G.I. Joes left to entertain. Citation needed. Charles eventually started to write arrangements for a pop music band, and in the summer of 1947, he unsuccessfully auditioned to play piano for Lucky Melinda and his 16-piece band. 25, in 1947, Charles moved to Tampa, where he held two jobs, including one as a pianist for Charles Brantley's Honey Dippers. 1952 to 1959. Atlantic Records. Charles in 1968. In June 1952, Atlantic bought Charles's contract for $2,500, $25,511 in 2021 21. 31 32, his first recording session for Atlantic, The Midnight Hour, Roll With My Baby, took place in September 1952, although his last swing time release, Misery in My Heart, The Snow Is Falling, would not appear until February 1953. In 1953, Mess Around became his first small hit for Atlantic. During the next year, He had hits with It Should Have Been Me and Don't You Know. 32. He also recorded the songs Midnight Hour and Sinner's Prayer around this time. 1971 to 1983. Commercial decline. Color photo of Nixon and Ray Charles. Charles meeting with President Richard Nixon, 1972. Photo by Oliver F. Atkins. Charles's renewed chart success, however, proved to be short-lived, and by the 1970s his music was rarely played on radio stations. The rise of psychedelic rock and harder forms of rock and R&B music had reduced Charles's radio appeal, as did his choosing to record pop standards and covers of contemporary rock and soul hits, since his earnings from owning his master tapes had taken away the motivation to write new material. Charles nonetheless continued to have an active recording career. Most of his recordings between 1968 and 1973 evoked strong reactions, either adored or panned by fans and critics alike. 19. His recordings during this period, especially 1972's A Message from the People, moved toward the progressive soul sound popular at the time. 47. A Message from the People included his unique gospel-influenced version of America the Beautiful and a number of protest songs about poverty and civil rights. Charles was often criticized for his version of America the Beautiful because it was very drastically changed from the song's original version. On July 14, 1973, Margie Hendricks, the mother of Ray's son Charles Wayne Hendricks, died at 38 years old, which led to Ray caring for the child. The official cause of her death is unknown. 1983 to 2004. Later years. In 1983, Charles signed a contract with Columbia. He recorded a string of country albums and had hit singles in duets with singers such as George Jones, Chet Atkins, B.J. Thomas, Mickey Gilley, Hank Williams Jr., Dee Bridgewater, Precious Thing, and his longtime friend Willie Nelson, with whom he recorded 7 Spanish Angels. In 1985, Charles participated in the musical recording and video We Are the World, a charity single recorded by the supergroup United Support of Artists, USA, for Africa. Personal life. Charles stated in his 1978 autobiography, Brother Ray Charles' own story, that he became hooked on women after losing his virginity at 12 years old to a woman about 20. Cigarettes and smack, heroin, are the 2 truly addictive habits I've known. You might add women, he said. My obsession centers on women, did then, when young, and does now. I can't leave them alone, he added. 89. Relationships and children. Charles was married twice.